interaction between his sister and D-Gun?
His sister and D-Gun?
Yeah.
No.
So D-Gun...
Sounds like it should be in the next segment,
Yeah,
but I'm not, whatever.
Are you stealing your own Are you stealing your own thunder?
It wasn't in the segment, no. So I can
Well, it sounds like it's something you should lead the segment with, a little segment we like to call...
kick it off.
All the
Kick it
Tate!
off. Come on.
With Pat Egan. Patrick, what do you have?
What do you got, Pat? Hi, Pat.
Hello.
Can't wait to hear this D-Gun story.
Yeah, this is going to be great.
What do you got?
As heard on the Fanatic pregame show with Devon Givens, Brian Westbrook, and Derek Gunn.
Great show.
I know him.
Derek Gunn tweeted out that Jordan Mailata would be starting at left tackle. And he got a tweet from someone, Ses Mailata, who just had a green heart.
Ses.
And Derek tweeted back, like, tell me how you really feel, not realizing that the name was Mailata. And she tweeted back saying, well, basically the effect of, if you had a little brother who moved all the way across the country to play a sport that he'd never played before and in
Or the
3
world.
years was starting in the highest level of the sport, you would feel good too, or something like that. So she came at Derek Gunn, and Derek Gunn just went, okay, all respect.
Start that over for me one more time.
I have to find the tweet.
It didn't make
I don't
sense.
really know
Plus,
what you
Pat
just
said
said.
he moved all the way across the country. It's actually across the world.
You were
but-
saying words, but I don't.
Yeah.
What did they mean?
Huh?
You said, I don't know what you said, but you said
Pat, you should have led with something else.
Yeah, Pat. Who told you
I
to
was
go with
okay.
it?
First of all, I was bullied into this. I do not appreciate it. I am trying to find the tweet right now
Hey,
from.
Pat, this is America.
So this is what you
okay?
said. Well, if you had a 20-year-old brother who moved to the other side of the world, there you go, Bob, with no knowledge of sporting code, no family, no money, actually got drafted, and in 3 years later he'd be starting at the highest level of that code sport, you wouldn't be laughing.
The question is, D-Gun's quote was saying, oh, my God, the Eagles are down to Jordan Mailata or something? Like,
No,
he must have said something
It
disparaging.
literally was Jordan Mailata starting at left tackle, and she put a heart, and Derek Gunn said, how do you really feel? Laughing emoji. Not realizing it was
okay.
his sister.
Understood.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, look, this is why we just don't throw stories in all the takes. This thing is prepared. We'll move on.
You remind me of Doug Peterson, where you're thinking on your feet isn't your best attribute.
Yeah, but I don't have any uhs and ums as many as he does.
Okay.
Right.
All right, now that we go from one sister to another. Now, I don't have a sister. All right, when my parents saw me, they figured they probably couldn't do worse, but they weren't willing to risk it. But I can only imagine having a sister.
So you're an only child is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, can I move on? So
trying to help
I
you.
can only imagine having a sister feeling the need to protect her from bad guys out in the world. I have, however, been to a strip club, and I have fallen in love with my fair share of girls named after exotic cars. So I can sort of see both sides of this next story, because after the Rams beat the Giants yesterday, 17-9, there was a fight at midfield between Jaylen Ramsey and Golden Tate.
Yes.
And that's because Ramsey used to date Tate's sister and even has 2 kids with her. But Ramsey left Tate's sister while she was pregnant because he found love in a hopeless place. The hopeless place was a strip club, if you haven't figured it out by now.
Okay,
So the two reportedly walked up to one another. Once the clock hit 0, they threw simultaneous punches. They then had to be separated by their teammates. But it all has to do with doing wrong by Golden Tate's sister. So, whose side are you on? Are you
Next
on
to
Jaylen
Steve.
Ramsey or...
No, Golden Tate.
Mercedes. Yeah, Golden Tate sticking up for his sister. What do you want?
I like that they waited until after the game. Like it was
Well,
like the boxing bell rang.
And there was a hit from Jaylen Ramsey on Golden Tate during the game. That was just a fine hit, but they got up jawing a little bit. And then after the game is when they really started taking the brass tacks, if you will.
I'd love to
And
see actual footage of it because all you could see was the scrum.
Yeah.
I'm in on that. Give me that.
Worst fights. Basketball players or football players?
Well, football players usually have their helmets on,
Yeah,
so
which
it's
is
pretty
stupid.
dumb.
Which is stupid.
I'm hoping they had their helmets off.
Yeah, I don't think they did, though.
Yeah, I don't think they did
Well,
either.
then that's lame.
Yeah. Talk about news dumps, though. The Phillies announced Saturday at 4 p.m. that Matt Klentak stepped down from the role of GM. I repeat, wasn't fired.
No, they stepped down.
Was allowed to
'Cause
save face and step down.
They still have to pay him. That's why.
He will be really Roseman role of cleaning trophies. Andy McPhail, of all people, who hasn't won in 30 years, will look for fire, folks.
This is Andy McPhail patting his boy Matt Klentak on the head, saying you're not getting fired.
That's a joke.
I don't disagree with you.
Pay him to go away.
And on tomorrow's program, on not following an Eagles victory, we will dismantle the Philadelphia Phillies.
Ned Rice is going to be your GM. Just watch.
No, he's not.
Yes.
Stop saying that.
No,
You're going to wish it into reality.
I'm going to guarantee you after tomorrow's program, he won't be. I'm going to guarantee.
Oh, listen,
Wow.
Mark has say.
All right,
That's
no.
a flex.
Hey,
Wow.
hey, you know what?
22-hour
Hey,
tease.
It's aggressive.
Hey, you're welcome, Philadelphia. Otherwise, Tyronn Lue would be your head coach. And guess who is now? Doc Rivers, you're welcome.
22-hour tease. That's
Yeah.
that's aggressive.
That's better than your 22 seconds.
Yeah, Phillies are a disgrace.
That hurt.
So my mic was on. Sorry.
I can see how that hurt you, Pat.
Yeah, no, that hurt. That
I
you-
apologize on Mark's behalf.
There's a line, Mark, and you crossed it and went too far, and we're just going to move on.
Bob just apologized for me. I'm going to take it back for Bob. Boom.
Wow.
What else
All
you got,
right.
Patrick?
You're showing me who you really are, and I don't appreciate 38 points on the Browns. Unfortunately for them, oh, God, there's two sides to every story, right? The boys. And the Cowboys ended up losing the game.
Oh, is that the final? I thought this was 49, but whatever.
Was it 49? You lose track
Oh,
after
my-
45. You kind of just
49 to 38, Patrick.
lose track.
Oh, my God. Did you prepare this segment or not?
I'm celebrating a win.
49 points what the Browns put up. Odell Beckham Jr. had himself a day yesterday, running, catching.
He crapped all over them.
And catching from the throw.
I mean, like, he threw it far and hard, and he led him perfectly. Corner to the end zone. Great play.
It was a great play.
Yeah.
The other thing is that Dak Prescott had a great thread-the-needle throw.
Oh, my God.
I think it was the CD Lamb, and it even...
Cooper, I think.
It
That was a bullet.
It didn't fake out the cameraman, but the cameraman thought it was picked off and didn't know who to follow. And I was like, man, if Carson could just thread the needle like that. And then Dak Prescott threw 3 interceptions that were dropped. So not interceptions. They dropped 3 picks from the hands of Dak Prescott.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Okay. This is the unfortunate part of the NFL season, though. Titans personnel continue to test positive for COVID. Another name popped up over the weekend, and this one was a big one. Cam Newton. That's why the Patriots-Chiefs game is pushed back to tonight. If the Titans...
No positive test this morning, though. So
Yeah,
the game is on.
That's a good sign. Well, not yet, because... Well, is that
Well, they
official?
left. They left
New
for
England
Kansas
got on the
City.
bus this morning.
Yeah, they were led by state troopers on whatever terrible Massachusetts highway is up there.
But can they allow the Titans to go 2 straight weeks without playing? Because that's kind of an advantage. You haven't played. You've been resting.
Or is it?
I
Or
saw
is it?
Rappaport tweet this morning that there's now hope they can play their Week 5 game with no new positive tests this morning. So we'll see.
All right. I'm crossing my fingers.
But like
I'm glad to see the story from this morning.
the competitive balance is really shift. Like New England's got no shot tonight.
Yeah, no.
Well,
yeah.
they're starting Brian Hoyer.
I mean,
I didn't think they had
how
a shot
is-
before, but
How is this not a
Well, it's like,
an asterisk season?
you hate to say it, but we talked about this before,
Yeah.
Mark, and I think you and I agreed on it. They decided to go forward with it, so you're going to have to treat it like it's injuries. And I hate to say that,
Yeah.
but you're going to have to treat it like Cam Newton twisted an ankle in practice. He
I
can't go
know, but
tonight.
that's
Game's
not-
got to go on.
A twisted
It
ankle's not
sucks.
contagious. you
I know. Believe me, I hear you. But if they're going to decide to move on with the season, this is what they've
No,
chosen to do.
Obviously they thought about it. It just seems pretty like messed up.
Well, yeah. There's a pandemic going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
I mean, the thing is, like we said before the year, like a sprained ankle is not contagious. You're not going to catch another sprain. You're not going to catch a concussion
Yeah.
from another player, right? So that's just the way they have to look at it. The only thing they've done to be sensitive to the issue, and rightfully so, is at least have a COVID list as opposed to an injured list. But it's the same thing. It's just being more specific.
Yeah.
I want Jamie's face on a T-shirt with the quotes, "The coronavirus, man, this thing's messed up." Because what a quote.
Yeah.
What a quote.
It's not good, Pat.
If you lose 2 or 3 to the Marlins, Jamie, you know what happens.
Season was over.
Yeah, it was.
You were right.
Turns out it
He
was,
was
yes.
a soothsayer. He blacked out, foresaw the future, came back to us. If you aren't aware, the Clippers also blew a 3-1 lead, just like the Phillies blowing 2-3 to the Marlins. Clippers blew a 3-1 lead. They got ousted in the playoffs, and their owner, Steve Ballmer, reportedly went nuts. He did not think it was cool. He didn't think it was pretty damn cool at all.
Correct.
Pretty cool! Pretty damn cool! Opposite of that, he thought it was garbage. He wanted to trade everyone and fire everyone. And one thing that really pissed Ballmer off was analytics. So he put a ton of money into his analytics department that Doc Rivers ignored.
Ha!
Because Doc Rivers, guys, is a basketball guy.
Take that, nerds.
And because analytics gonna analytics, the analytics told Rivers to bench Montrezl Harrell for Ivica Zubac, the third-string center.
That's Donald Trump's
The
kid.
analytics said that he was better. Rivers wouldn't do that. Harrell ended up winning the 6th Man of the Year. So if you want a positive before this 1 p.m. press conference today introducing Doc Rivers is the fact that Doc Rivers told analytics to kick rocks.
Damn right. He doesn't need analytics.
Love that.
Like I said,
He's a basketball man.
Yes.
43 years? Does that put him in basketball since he was 16? Trying to do the math. He's what, 59?
58.
58.
Yeah.
He was there with James Naismith in the Peach Bucket. That's all you need to know.
40 years.
Oh, Jimmy was a good dude.
You shot hoops with him?
40 years, man. Jimmy.
All right. Now, before I start this next story, I want to say I think Harry Potter is the best movie franchise in history. All right. These are my people.
No one cares.
All right, nerd.
I've got Potter pride.
Look at you reading books.
But that won't stop me from making fun of these nerds and virgins from having their day ruined.
Why do you got
really?
attack? I say it
Seriously?
sarcastically. I don't attack their experience.
I can say it because I'm one of them.
Oh.
Exactly. See, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they had their day ruined after waiting for the Hogwarts Express in Scotland over the weekend. Are you guys familiar with the Hogwarts Express?
I am unaware.
Sure.
I have walked down Harry Potter Street, though, in London.
So basically, the Hogwarts Express was the train that took the kids from London to the mythical Hogwarts school, right?
Wait.
It's fake.
Mythical?
Thought it was Hogwarts Academy, Pat.
It's the school. Yeah, Hogwarts is a school.
That's where they had the
an academy.
games on the brooms and stuff. Yeah, it was cool.
I've seen one Harry Potter movie and read none of the books.
We're getting off track.
I know that it's the Academy.
We're getting off track.
Come on, Pat.
We're
The real
getting
Harry
off track.
Potter guy doesn't call it a school.
Okay.
Yeah.
They went to school there. It's a school.
Okay.
We're getting off track, though. It's fake. The Hogwarts Express isn't real. Now, trains are real, but the Hogwarts Express isn't real. All right, so even though it's not real, and we all know that now because I just dropped that bombshell on you.
Yeah, thank you.
Some fans were waiting hours at Drummery Station to catch a glimpse of the Hogwarts Express, only to have it blocked by a regular commuter train trying to steal its shine. So if you head on over to our Twitter account at 975mornings, you can see the video, but take a listen to one dad's reaction to having his kid's day completely ruined.
I swear to God. Oh my God. Well, we're going to see if we can see it up here.
The accent's great.
That's awesome.
Everything about this story is great. All right. Yeah.
I love these laughs.
That's all you can do. You waited 2 hours to see the stupid train go by, and then, you know,
All
the
right.
the L stops by. Okay.
Father of the Year.
Birthdays. Some hockey greats share a birthday today.
Hey, missed a little Jamal Adams story.
Well, look, the beautiful thing about all the takes is it's a communal affair.
Oh,
You
yeah?
can pop in.
Wait, how many times?
You can pop in.
You say that a lot during. You know what you say the most during this segment? Hey, this is my segment. Community has nothing to
And
do.
you know what happens? The Eagles win. They're in first place, and I'm willing to share the segment with my friends.
Two things that are on repeat in this segment: no personal questions, and this is my segment.
Well, it's a new year.
Would you like
new
the
me.
Jamal Adams story, Pat?
I would. Please give it to
So
me.
yesterday he tweeted out he's on injured right now. So
I didn't see this. Yeah.
He tweeted out a picture in his helmet watching the game, and he said, like, I'm always locked in. On the table was a big old joint,
Atta guy.
partially smoked. I guess he was alerted to it, realized it, and deleted the tweet, and 15 minutes later put out the same exact tweet
When it moves.
with the joint removed.
Well, in fairness to Jamal Adams, right? He did get traded to Washington.
It's a legal state.
which is, I believe, the first state to legalize it. So,
So-
he's becoming an official Seattle.
yeah, Seattle.
Seattle on.
So is he
Seattle
getting
on.
randomly drug tested today?
I don't know, but how do you not turn that helmet into some sort of a bong?
Yeah, that's incredible. All right, some hockey greats share a birthday today as Mario Lemieux and Patrick Waugh were both born today. Good for them.
Mario Lemieux, hey!
One of Donovan's favorite targets, Chad Lewis.
Oh, I love
Yeah, the
Chad
pride of
Lewis.
BYU.
Absolutely.
Second in Eagles all-time sacks, but number one in my heart, Trent Cole. And a guy
Great hunter.
He is, yeah. And a guy whose Twitter game was better than his basketball game, Rex Chapman's birthday is today.
Hey, there you go. I always enjoy a little tweet from Rex Chapman.
And on this day in history, in 2001, Barry Bonds set the Royds record, hitting his 72nd home run of the season. And 2005, the NHL returned after a year-long lockout. The games were featured on the Outdoor Life Network despite being played indoors. Bold strategy, Cotton.
Wow.
I think
okay.
we owe Pat an apology.
Why is that?
On Wikipedia, it's called Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. So I'll admit it. I'm sorry, Pat.
Yeah,
Put
Pat,
some respect on my virgin
I
name.
can't.
Huh? Have some respect for the glasses, kid.
Okay.
We'll move on. I'm not going to rub it in your face. The Eagles won. I'm not going to do that.
All right.
But don't come at the king because you missed. And finally, in 1931, and this is a good story. So, how long have people been fighting over stupid sports arguments? Well, at least since 1931, because in 1931, an argument over who should start the next game of the World Series started up in a speakeasy, and that fight turned deadly with one guy dying of a stroke So the bar eventually closed down, but the guy was beaten up. The guy who beat him up wasn't charged with murder because the autopsy report said, hey, don't worry, you didn't murder him. He actually died of a stroke. And that...
How is this documented?
Look, man, it's all it takes.
How is it documented, though?
The paper? Newspapers? You remember newspapers? Bob used to write for them. Yeah, so they used to write down news, and this would be news.
That's a fine one. Good for you, Pat. Thank
and
you.
that is all it takes.
Mark Farzetta with Bob Cooney and Jamie Lynch. Mornings on 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.